Alright guys, welcome back to Gilded Gaming and Final Fantasy 14. We have reached the end game, my friends. This is the beginning of the 5.1 patch. We're not doing that yet. So, we talked about it earlier. Minus, hey Minus! Nice to see you this evening. And we are going to start with getting my relic weapon, right? Ugane. Then we're off. How are you doing tonight? Only level of 80 quests there. Hail to the Queen. Everything's wrong with you? Yeah, it's going okay. We the bidding on our house closed today, and they were supposed to tell us whether we are getting the house. And at like 8 p.m. they're like, "Hey, we'll tell you tomorrow." You know. So I'm still waiting to find out. I'll lose all my hair. My lady, what auspicious timing! I intended to send a missive to the Rising Stones, but it seems that is no longer necessary. Master Hancock wishes to speak with you regarding a matter of grave import. I can but imagine what other duties yet demand your attention. Still, he would request to meet with you at the Ruby Bazaar at your earliest convenience. As the Ruby Bazaar. Bum, 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 bum. I've been back here in a little while. I can set up my head. I just got done saying last night, like we never came back to Doma or anything, and here we are in Kuzane. Almost immediately. And so she returns at last. From what Tataru has told me, you've come a rather long way, to put it mildly. And while the signs remain locked in slumber, she sought aid from all corners of the realm. In fact, it was I to whom she turned while searching for a champion to assist her in your absence. Though, as you have no doubt surmised, I did not call you here to discuss such matters. I have received word from Lord Hien that the Bosjan Resistance, our comrades in the Eastern Alliance, seek the aid of distinguished heroes in their fight against the Empire, and naturally your name immediately sprang to mind. So Bosja is the Eastern Resistance? Bosjan Resistance? Indeed, a small nation found in the southern reaches of Ilsvard to the west of Dalmasca. They are no doubt among the first to fall to the Empire. Yet it would seem their hearts have yet to give way to their desire. The J's are pronounced like Y's? Yet it would seem their hearts. Okay, and with the Empire now in disarray, they would seize the opportunity to fight back. If you would know the full details in full, I think it best you speak with Lord Hien. His endless list of commitments makes him a hard man to find. However, so perhaps you can have one of his attendants at the House of the Fierce track him down for you. Alright. Fair enough. Bosnia? We're gonna get this relic weapon and then we got some dungeons to do tonight, yeah? Is Nova around? Greetings, my lady. Lord Hien has been expecting you. When word reached us from the Bosnian resistance, Lord Hien knew at once that there was but one woman with whom he could turn. He left to the coattails not long ago in view of Doma Castle. It helps to calm his mind. This way, if you please. Got monsters up in here. This way, atop the broken bridge. He was most glad of your arrival. Hey, Claire. Welcome in tonight, sir. And our old friends, Lord Hien. Up, Lord Hien. You remember when we first shared a view of the castle together, still under the Garlean's control, perhaps, yet for all their wickedness, its beauty would not be so easily sullied. It is good to see you, my friend. You must forgive me for going pleasantries, but our guest here is in dire need of your help. Marsak of the Bosnian Resistance. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Okay. As you have no doubt already heard from Lord Hien, my people seek to reclaim our homeland from the Empire. Under his auspices and that of the Eorzean Alliance, we aim to do just that. However, we recently received word that the 4th Imperial Legion has been making plans of their own. It has long held the provinces of Noxia, Dalmascia, and Bosnia in iron grip, using its Dalmascan headquarters to house the bulk of its forces. Until recently, that is. They appear to be diverting resources and manpower to their forces stationed in Bosnia. In fact, 3 battalions are en route as we speak. We thought perhaps to strike before they can fully assemble, but the Bosnian resistance lacks the means to drive them off on its own. Aid from the Dalmascan resistance groups may have sufficed. Sadly, even Fran of Lint's Tears has been unable to bring an end to their infighting. All hope is not lost, however, for Lord Hien has made contact with the most intriguing proposal. An idea not my own, I must confess. We have our own friend, old friend Gosetsu to thank. As the Empire tightened its grip on Doma, our people were at a crossroads. They would lay down and surrender or stand up and fight. You sought me out that I could become the spark that lit the fire of rebellion. The same must be done for the Bosnians. They require a standard under which they can rally, a symbol of hope to steel them for what is to come. Lacking a living figurehead such as Lord Hien, my comrades and I looked to our nation's past for inspiration, and there we found the answer we sought. Gunhilder's blades. They were the elite guard of Queen Gunhilder, possessed of weapons blessed by the gods. Their exploits would become legend after defending our people against the Alligans in the Third Astral Era. The strength of their steel was matched only by their dedication to the Queen. Should one lose their life in service, her holy blade was passed on to its successor. In time, their title would lend itself to the most renowned of their weaponry, the Gunblade. But in truth, each member of the Guard was a master of a unique weapon. Though these sacred relics had been long lost to time, I would see them forged anew. Armed thus, our people would know no fear and drive back our oppressors just as Queen Gunhilda did at the Algans. An admittedly lofty and otherwise unattainable goal for one such as I, which is why I have traveled far and wide in search of great minds and greater heroes who might lend us their aid. We would be honored to have one of your renown at our side. Tell me to use one of their relic weapons. It'd be weird though, like if you like maxed out all the jobs and then got all the relic weapons, they're like, yes, we will do it by having you do every single one of these weapons. We value the Bosnians' commitment to the cause, and I would see their plan come to fruition. Unfortunately, duty demands that I remain here. I could not in good conscience leave, knowing the Empire yet threatens the border of Alamigo. Should you choose to accompany him to Bosnia, might I ask that you also act as a representative of the Eastern Alliance in my stead? Leave it to me. I got it. It's done. Thank you, my friend. If there is aught else that you require of the Eastern Alliance, you need only ask. Safe travels to you both. Premise established. What are we doing here? Nice to see you. An airship to our base has been prepared for us at the Enclave's dock. I hope to see you there soon. There's a lot of unvoiced dialogue in this question. Lovely. When you finish your preparations, meet me at the dock and we can be on our way. We may not read it all then. We'll see how it goes. I don't remember I have improvisation now. I could just conjure them and then play for now. Nova! What's up, bud? When aboard, miss. Ganagos? Watching a Chinese drama. You mean this? Or what Chinese drama? Just give me my dancing blades already. Come on. I'm a pet at Dolly Temple. Okay. Interesting. What's that about? We should play host to the liberator of Doma and Alamigo herself. I did not think that you could be persuaded to help us. That leader of the Bosnian resistance is not the best choice for the job, if I am to be frank, but I will bear the title all the same. Is the resistance named after this? No, not quite. You can look at the name. Like, Bosnian... Bloody else, man, you won't inspire much confidence speaking like that. Hey, how you playing? You're quite right, Master Geralt. Well, not while you're here, won't you come in and welcome our guest? Yay, it's Weapon Guy. What in the seven else are you doing here? Yours is greatest hero and her finest blacksmith. With the two of you here, our plan is sure to succeed. Would that Queen Gunhildr were here to witness this. And you're like, I want a drink. No, I must hold strong. Huh? We can party in Bosnia zones. I don't even know what's going on here. Oi, Elheim, just between us, I'm the only one here to pay off my debts to that black-hearted snake Rowena. She's been selling supplies to the resistance, and they're happy to mention that they were needed of a smith. So she sent me and told him I'm the greatest bleeding smith in the realm, with skills that put Bargard himself to shame. Can't rightly say I'm even half of what she claimed, but I'll do me damnedest. They're happy to ply me with good grub and even better booze, so I'll play along, will you? You are a good smith, dude. Now you're both here. I believe it's time our plans are made clear. Whatever. Yes, of course. Our goal is to reforge the weapons wielded by Gunhildr's blade. Simple in principle, less so in execution. The weapons themselves and most of the text denoting the history of Her Majesty and her guard were lost to the devastation of the Fourth Umble Calamity. That said, we've managed to obtain certain pieces of information, and coupled with Master Geralt's knowledge and expertise, we have made great strides in reproducing the vaunted blades of Eld. We've worked out the manner of weapons they wielded and the shape and weight, even the materials needed for the forge, but we've learned to bugger all about what gives them spirit. It is said Queen Gunhildr etched a holy inscription into each blade, and thus granting them the power of the gods. Unfortunately, no records of any such engravings remain. But there's still hope. Though not but pale imitations, there once existed replicas which may very well have borne these inscriptions. Last they were lost when Bosnia's citadel fell. You know of the Bosnia incident? I think you're just making words up, man. No. A bitter chapter in our history, for it would mark the end of Bosnia as we know it. 15 summers past, the Garleans were conducting experiments, seeking a means to make the contract with the Lesser Moon Dalamud. They believed the satellite to be possessed of immense power, and a lunar transmitter was erected in the hopes of harnessing it. When the transmitter was activated, the signal sent, Dalamud responded with an immense blast of raw energy. Destruction wrought to be defied reckoning. The citadel, the relics of the Queen Gunhildr's kingdom, naught was left but the smoke and ash. Hope ain't lost yet, though. The citadel's been wiped off the bloody map, but there's still a way for us to find those inscriptions, or so I've been told. An explanation better left to one far more knowledgeable than I. I'll be reading a lot tonight, huh? What a read my weapon, man. Look, it's the Boston Snake. Boss, is that you? It's good to see you again, Elheim, though I had hoped to accomplish more before your arrival. Yeah, I'm sure your help will be as valuable now as it was aboard the Prima Vista. You're far too kind. If not for your heroism, Ramza and Alma would have. From the onset of our endeavor, it was abundantly clear that one versed in aetherology would be essential. We relayed this to the Alliance, who then introduced us to Mikoto. She is said to be one of the most brilliant minds amongst the students of Baldessian. And yet it is my ineptitude that demands your presence here. I was all but certain that Geralt and I alone would suffice in this, alas. Evilise raids are a prerequisite to this. Gotcha. The matter she speaks of concerns the long-forgotten practice of holy men who once inhabited these lands, utilizing uniquely aspected crystals. These seers were able to provide succor to those with ailments of the mind. They possess the ability to shape their very memories, removing those deemed harmful and replacing them, that the patient may find some semblance of peace. We're going to go into the memories or something? I too dismissed the notion that such practices could exist. That is until recently an excavation unearthed compelling evidence of their work. The crystals were believed to be used in their healing. Unfortunately, we were unable to discern how they were meant to be used. It was at this juncture we petitioned Mikoto's assistance. So we're gonna go back into old memories from these crystals to find the inscriptions we're looking for? Well, alas, made any progress? My initial analysis suggests the crystals were artificially created at some point in the distant past. The materials used suggest they were most likely produced by ancestral peoples of this area. What's more, their ethereal signature is strikingly similar to the oscillatory activity of the brainwaves, which, when made to resonate with the distinct frequency NRR type harmonic vibrations of an individual's. Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? Good to have her back. I think a simpler approach is in order. Every living being is comprised of corporeal aether of the flesh, incorporeal aether of the soul, and the ethereal residue of their memories. Were one to be possessed of only corporeal aether, they would be but a walking corpse. Conversely, entities comprised of only incorporeal aether are referred to in layman's terms as ghosts. In either case, they may also retain some of their residual memories. Aye, zombies and ghosts, I follow. These crystals are able to isolate and resonate with the ethereal signature of memories, and this allowed the seers to probe the minds of their patients. That's all well and good, lass, but what if their mind ain't what it used to be, or was too deep in their cups to remember what you're looking for? An excellent question, Master Geralt. We are all possessed of two types of memory, explicit and implicit. As their name suggests, explicit memories refer to active remembrance of previous experiences, where implicit memories are acquired and stored passively. For example, when making a new acquaintance, their appearance will become part of your explicit memory, allowing you to recall that information should a great deal of time pass without meeting. However, such recollection can prove difficult. Yet in that moment, your mind also takes a recording of the sounds and smells of the location, the temperature, and so on. Perhaps a demonstration would be better to explain this phenomenon. Is that a seer? Thankfully, that will not be necessary. When I was first told of the seers and their practices, I was immediately reminded of your ability to peer into the past. Makes sense? I believe these people were blessed with a similar gift, and it is for that reason that they were chosen to serve as seers. Though I too am possessed of the Echo, I lack the ability to peer into the past as you do, and thus have been unable to wield the power of these crystals. That's why we called you here. Until now, I could do naught but posit theories. With your help, however, I may now put them to the proof. And you, Master Geralt, should be my first test subject. So because of our Echo, we can view the memories in these crystals, and then we can view the memories and maybe find the inscriptions? Is that what we're getting at? We're getting there. Elheim, I would like you to recall the last time you experienced the echo. Concentrate on that feeling. Master Geralt, I need you to recall a memory of the past. It may be anything you like. You better not go poking around in there digging up something unsavory like you hear, lass? Please, Master Geralt, focus. Looking crystal. You'll get your weapon by the end of the night, I swear. This is most unexpected. For reasons I cannot yet explain, it appears the echo has allowed me to accompany you into this memory. You're a skilled smith, Geralt. There's no denying that, but you hold money about as well as you hold your liquor. Irina's got some nice duds. Well, what bloody good is money if you can't spend it? A man has to live a little, Rowena. Aye, and it wouldn't hurt a man to use his head, neither. All that talent of yours, I reckon you could have amassed a small fortune by now. Could have been you sitting on the syndicate instead of old Godbert. As if I'd ever want anything to do with a daughter and old half-dressed. What were you saying? Didn't realize my memory was so sharp. As you can see, implicit memory is surprisingly comprehensive. From clear skies and ocean waves down to the exact words of your conversation, everything appears to have been perfectly preserved. You weren't listening to that, were you? Every time someone gives you good advice, you turn around and do the complete sodden opposite. I used to like that rebellious streak of yours, but now I see you're just a bloody idiot. Honestly, I don't know what I ever saw in you. Whatever it is you think you saw, it ain't as if I changed since then. And ye haven't either. Still as beautiful as the day we met. Whoa, hold on a minute. I never said anything like that. I swear I'm my last mug of ale. Implicit memories, while quite comprehensive, are not always true to fact. In the case of painful or otherwise undesirable experiences, they can be obfuscated to protect one from the hard truth. Our perception of reality can also distort them as well. Even when first committed to the mind, then as time passes, such distortions can grow. Happy memories become more joyous, sad ones all the more bitter. Explicit memory is particularly sensitive to such misrepresentations of events. For man is wont to remember what is most convenient for his worldview. That is why we seek the implicit. So, there we are, most likely to try to find the truth. Well then, Geralt. The truth? Rowena and me were only here a week ago. Don't tell me my memory's that bleeding unreliable. Self-imposed delusion, perhaps? As I said before, the mind has a way of concealing painful memories. I ain't feeling so well, if you'll excuse me. As you can see, these crystals allow us to choose specific points in a person's past to observe at will, unlike the echo. However, what we see will not always be as it really was. Yet there still remains the matter of finding one who has seen the replica weapons and their inscriptions. At this present juncture, we might as well be looking for a ghost. After the Garlean invasion of Bosnia, it was all but cut off from the world. None were allowed in or out, meaning all of its residents, and likely any who may have glimpsed the weapons, died when the citadel was destroyed. What about the soldiers stationed there who were away at the time of the incident? Even if we were to find them, I doubt they could be persuaded to cooperate. Uh-oh. Sid? The hell? Oh, please, Lord Varys, no. The hell was that? You saw it too, my visions, they are not what has come to pass, but what is yet to be. Could it be the crystal allowed us to share my vision as well? Mikoto Elheim, are you two alright? What's gonna happen to Sid? Sid Garland, son of the monster behind the Meteor Project? Come to think of it, Yuguri mentioned the Doma and the Eorzean Alliance have been receiving support from Garland Ironworks. I thought that the company should use such a moniker mere happenstance, but you mean to say Sid Garland owns this company? The son of Midas Non Garland lives. He must be summoned at once. If he was at the capital prior to its destruction, it's quite possible he may have seen the replicas. Fate is indeed a cruel mistress, pinning our hopes on a Garlean. The get of that bastard Midas, no less. Is there truly no other way? I don't know if I want to call Sid here. It looks like it wasn't going to go well for him. Very well. I only hope our fallen comrades can forgive us. I said didn't know you. Please bring us this Sid Garland for the people of Bosnia, for all of Ilzabard. I do not imagine he sympathizes with our plight, but from what I gather, he has no love for the Empire either. If that will suffice in persuading him to aid us, then so be it. I hear there are engineers stationed at Rogger's Reach. Perhaps you can begin your search for Garland there. Man, there's a lot we have to do to just get the swords, the weapons. I keep saying swords, we're not gonna get swords, we're gonna like chalk them. You know? Hey, are you Elheim? Savior of Eorzea, liberator of Alamigo, so on and so forth? Name's Lilia. Newest recruit of the Ironworks. What can I do for you? Lilja? The chief too busy by half, according to Jesse. Between you and me, though, I think it's a load up. Hey, it's Jesse. Oh, do go on. A load of what? I was saying, what a load off your shoulders it must be, knowing the chief is back from whatever he was doing. Speaking of whom, Elheim said she wanted to speak with him about, what was it again? God damn it, Lilja. You might hear better than most, but you're a terrible listener. Would you mind starting again from the beginning? I see. Well, you just missed him. Saryu's wall is due for maintenance, and he had a mind to oversee it personally. That said, any matters concerning you are top priority. I'll see if I can reach him. I take it this is an average day for you. Must be hard. Always having to put on a brave face as you're thrust into danger. People tugging at you this way and that like you're some sort of errand girl. Not that we don't appreciate what you do for us. Goodness knows I do. In fact, well, you see, I'm something of a fan. I knew the Ironworks worked with you on occasion, but I didn't think I'd have the chance to meet you in person. Can I shake your hand? Lilja, Sid being back took a load off my shoulders, not yours. Don't you have work to do? Oh, right, work. Duty calls, but hopefully we'll meet again soon. Chief says he'll meet you at the Doman Enclave. Not the most convenient of locations, but it'll have to do, I'm afraid. One more thing, the Bozja incident is something of a sore spot for the chief. Even if it was an accident, most people outside the Empire remember it as a massacre. The chief tried to put a stop to his father's experiment, but his pleas fell on deaf ears. Even now, he still blames himself for all it all. I should have tried harder, he'd say. I could have saved him. I could have saved all of them. All that genius, the man can't find a way to forgive himself. So if you're aiming to go digging in his past, be careful. I dread to think what demons he's got locked away in that brain of his. Okay. She's tough as magic armor plated when she wants to be, but in her heart, heart's in the right place. Shame she's always so busy. As you are, if I'm not mistaken, I won't keep you any longer. Best of luck! Yep. Chief said he'd be meeting you at the Doman Enclave, didn't he? Well, you best not keep him waiting. Isn't there just a crystal in the Doman Enclave? There it is. That's what I want. Yeah, I could use teleport menu, you're right. Master Garland, yes, I've seen him restlessly pacing about the Enclave. If you wait here, I'm sure he'll come along by ere long. It's hard to believe this place was until recently occupied by the Garleans. Doma has a long way to go before it regains its former glory, but they're off to a good start. So I've heard if the Bosnians wish to follow in Doman's lead, I plan to do what I can to help them. Is this stuff with like Bosnia, is it from 1.0 or is it like just backstory that we haven't really gotten into before? In fact, I've already spoken to Lord Hien and agreed to divert part of the Ironworks resources to assist in Doma's reconstruction. The offer seems to have taken him by surprise, but I assured him that in addition to the Ironworks' commitment to freedom through technology, I have my own reasons to reverse the destruction wrought by the Empire. While it's true that I eventually defected, I played no small part in the development of Magitech, now used by their military. Sometimes it's the threads you can't see that have the strongest ties. Would that I could cut them. And how did Lord Hien take your response? The Empire's scenes aren't yours to bear. Even so, not a day goes by I don't think about the part I played in the atrocities they committed. If I could have made my father see reason, there'd have been no Bosnia incident. But I was powerless to stop him. Yes, you're right. There's a time for wallowing in self-pity and a time for action. I plan to do whatever I can for the Bosnian resistance, but they're up against the 4th Legion. If they're to stand a chance, their allies here in the East won't be enough. They're going to need all the help they can muster. I'm not entirely sure what part I'll have to play on all this. I doubt anything I do now will be enough to atone for my past mistakes. But if it means throwing a spanner in the Empire's works, then count me in. Okay. While speaking to Makoto, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Alright. Here we go. If you are ready, I would begin our exploration. Think back to your time at Bosnia Citadel. You needn't focus on a specific memory if that helps. Alright, just promise me you'll be careful in there. Like, we literally had a vision of him laying on this bed in distress, and now we're gonna like put him in distress. You sit alone. Here we go. It's an interesting way for them to show us past events, right? Like in WoW, you have all the like time travel dungeons for you to play out big events in WoW history. They can do the same thing here with this thing, right? And they can even edit them because, hey, maybe the memory wasn't just quite right, so you have like the ultimate savage version of it or something. Oh, duty. Everything's tilted. Is the Bosnia Citadel alright? At least I think it is. For everything. Your recollection of this place appears grossly incomplete. I can but assume your memory is being warped by your subconscious. While I'd rather not stand out laboring over the details, let's look for the transmission tower in the Principa. Anything of import would have been stored there. Yeah, the memory's a bit off, just a little bit. You see that? A military base appeared out of thin air, out of your mind, I suppose. Did it appear because he had mentioned the principal? I wonder. Whoa. In the world, the road just ends. The consequence of your incomplete memories, you have to think back, Sid. Where did this road go? All this seems so absurd. Recalling the Citadel shouldn't be so difficult. Remember where the Imperial troops are headed? Not specifically, no. They were on edge. Something to do with the Army's Academy's research? Try recalling the cityscape. I remember the blue of the cobblestone streets. If not for the occasional military installation, it would look like any other city. Wait, I remember. Whoa. You've done it! The road is returned. We should be able to reach the Principa if we keep heading north. Look, there's the transmission tower. Site of the Bozja incident. Damn it, all the roads have been cut off again. Come on, Sid, you have to remember. Sorry, Elham, try as I might, my mind's drawing a blank. Maybe there's something around here that might jog my memory. Okay. And a pile of well-worn blades and shields of non-imperial design. If there's weapons, there's not here to be found. Makoto says there's nothing else to find. Badge check. Weapons and magic armor? Right, the fighting had already started and I was... Okay. All starting to come back to me now. The tension in the air is palpable. Let me see some soldiers. Right, the soldiers were on high alert that day. The Bozjan resistance had infiltrated the Citadel to stop the Academy's experiments. Okay. Do you suppose it's possible we can tamper with its memory? A curious question, one believe worth investigating, shall we? Yeah, let's just mess with Sid's memories. What could go wrong? Maybe I should stop fighting. Oh, guess you can't mess with it. Memory appears to be mending itself? Interesting. Altering memories is easier said than done, it seems. Well, let's keep going. You know the price for insurrection. No, please. Here we are, Principia, inside the transmission tower. Inside is the transmission tower. Whoa! Hello. What 7 hells are these? Could they be manifestations of your subconscious? If so, they would seem they would like you to suppress your memories of the Citadel. They know they intend to purge us from your mind. We cannot let them. Curious that we could defeat these but not the soldiers. Perhaps because they're not truly part of this memory. Come on, we're nearly to the tower. Just a little further. Looks like a boss to me, guys. Okay. Little solo dungeon. Music. Oh my. Hi, Bahamut! Excuse me? You fight Bahamut? Bahamut, this is to be another attempt of your subconscious to stop us. Please, Sid, you have to pull yourself together. Are we sure I'm not suffering from an onset of psychosis? Altered Bahamut. Oh my god. Here we go. Good song. Not be in front of him for that. Not that it matters. How are we gonna win this? Like, Sid's already down. Shit. Dude. Dude! Are we supposed to lose this? Oh, she's healing me, okay. Oh god. What does the spinning mean? Oh, so which way he's gonna go, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm 5.25, so pretty undergeared for this. But we got it done. Perhaps now your subconscious will be more forthcoming with the truth that in this memory. That was a fight, man. Solo Bahamut run. Well, we had a healer. So we had a pocket healer. That was obviously necessary. Go dancer. Father was so angry that day. Father, please, if you just look over this data. Freaking Father's like Hojo over here. Enough, damn you. Next time you question me, it should be the last. Now leave. You of all people should understand the risks. Why do you refuse to see reason? Rather unlike him to overlook data, no matter the source. Look here, he left behind his research documentation. Andy. You pick up the research documents and find the page after page of meticulous calculations and observational data on Dalama. Young Sid posits that the Lesser Moon may very well possess the ability to harness and manipulate solar power. Moreover, the vast stores of energy it has amassed over the millennia, should they be unleashed, should far exceed any parameters the transmission tower may have been designed to withstand. By the gods, this data, the Empire would invite a calamity. Kind of the Empire's job. So many sleepless nights spent on those damn papers, all for nothing. If my suspicions are correct, then he was already... Never mind, let's press on. The truth awaits us. It's the Death Star! Oh, another boss. Shit. Replicas of Gundilder's blades. Oh yeah, look at that. Hello. That one's spiffy looking. I'm looking for my chakras. Ooh, the Emperor. Know your place, Wilp. The Meteor Project will not be stopped. Certainly not by the likes of you. No, this is wrong. Emperor Solus couldn't have been here. What the hell? The hell? Oh, please, Lord Virus, no. Sid, you mustn't forget this is only a memory. The hell? Sid Garlon, bringer of ruin, herald of ash, your father must be proud. How does it feel to know that the calamity follows in your wake, that your failings bring death to all you hold dear? That freaking gun shield, why you need a gun blade? And now you would set this filth against me very well. But one fate awaits those who oppose the will of the Empire. His trauma is too much. He's lost control. But this memory is false, Elheim. Perhaps you can alter it with the echo. Think of your truest friends. Nice. Summoning the Scions. Sid hasn't even met Reen yet. Right? Has he? That was your greatest strength, instilling in others the courage to rise up, the courage to fight for what's right. Guess I summoned up my best friends. Alright. We're gonna fight the Emperor, it looks like. It's like the final boss of Final Fantasy II. Sort of. Alright. More like the first time you fight him. Alright, we have a party this time. Speaking of which, maybe I should have a dancing partner. Thank my buddy. Put that on the sides. Okay.
On guard.
What does that mean? Okay. Charging something up. Okay. Oh, I think the burn of it needs a little help. Okay. Now drive it back. Okay.
Gloves are on.
Boom. Makes sense. So it's a little different for each roll, huh? He's charging something up. Kind of very airy against this. Everybody's backing up. That's gonna push us out.
I will not hold back.
Maybe. Yeah. The AI are kind of choreographed to stand in the right place, so they give me little hints just by where they're standing. Okay, they stand in the wrong place. Loaded gun shield, huh? He's charging up again. Maybe the one where to get close to him. Yep.
I will not hold back.
Alright guys, let's finish him off.
I shall protect thee.
I don't have my limit break, man. Please, my limit break. I almost got him.
Keep your
GG. Yeah, kind of, but definitely not the way you think. Yeah, that's about right. This isn't right either. Emperor Lord Varus, he wasn't there. The Academy was given full charge of the project. This is Prince Varus before he became Emperor. Fair. Though these events are as you remember them, it is not the truth, not entirely. Whoever this is, your mind has been trying to protect you from them. Is it your dad? Does dad shoot him? Well, if it isn't Varus, then who the hell is it? What could I possibly have to hide from myself? Yeah, it's his dad. So it was you who pulled the trigger, Father. Said, look, his eyes. They're blue. No, it can't be. If contact with Dalamud was able to stir Bahamut to consciousness, it stands to reason the dread worm discovered a way to link to the tower and thereby enslave your father. In which case, there was nothing that could be done for him. There is no arguing or reasoning with such individuals. There is only the will of the primal. And if Bahamut was controlling your father at the time of the accident, then in all likelihood it wasn't an accident. And so the truth finally comes to light. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. We get to find our weapons. Sid gets a much needed therapy session. You know, everything's good. Saying your dad shot you, but it wasn't your dad. It was a thrall of Bahamut. Bahamut's thrall, and no one was the wiser, not even your own son. The crazy bastards did it. Once Makoto's described the inscriptions to me, I'll have those weapons forged in no time. I like the sound of that. On behalf of the Bosnian resistance, you have my deepest thanks. I'm just glad I could help. Ever since that fateful day, the truth of what befell our loved ones had eluded us. I held the Empire and your father responsible for the part in the tragedy, and for many years that hatred was all that kept me going. Indeed, I was blinded by that hatred so much that even you appeared to me as an enemy. I could not see the blood, sweat, and tears you poured into bettering the lives of those seeking freedom from the Empire. I can only see a Garlean, and for that I'm sorry. If you can forgive me, let us be allies, united against a common foe. Come now. I'm the one that should be apologizing to you. After all, my father and the Empire did. If not all of their own volition, their crimes will never be forgotten. I'd hazard even victory over the Empire won't be enough to ease such pain, and even now that I know the truth behind the Bozja incident, all it's done is make me question the choices that led me here to this moment. But regardless of the past, we have to keep pressing forward, one step at a time, for freedom. Freedom! Just as the heroes of Eld would have done, we Bozjans grew up on such tales of peerless warriors, pure of heart and unwavering in their conviction. Yet here we are, so full of doubt and uncertainty. Will we ever earn our place in the pages of history? Cheer up. If we live long enough, perhaps we'll be the ones that pin them. So, I was thinking last night, Emmett Selk recognized us as one of the Ascians, especially when we bonded with another of the Warriors of Light. So theoretically, the unsplintered version of us is one of the Ascians, right? And probably one of their top crew. And then I was like, well, considering we're the Warrior of Light and Hydaelyn's chosen and the one that was imparted with the blessing and all that, it made me wonder if the Warrior of Light is possibly the one who actually summoned Hydaelyn to begin with. Say the crystal focus is no longer responsive. It would appear what stores of aether resided within it have been depleted. I did not expect our exploration of your mind to be such a taxing endeavor. Once I identify it as etheric affinity and a power source with a compliant energy frequency, I am confident its reserves can be replenished. Thought perhaps the Alliance could use it to extract information from some of its less cooperative Garlean captives, but nothing's ever as easy as it is. I'm afraid ethereology is beyond the scope of my expertise, so I'll leave the rest to you. If you need anything, don't hesitate to call for me. Thank you for your help, Master Sid. Well, I'd better head back. I have a mountain of work waiting for me. Before you go, if you ever feel lost, you can always talk to me. Of course, if I run into any Aether-related problems, you'll be the first to know. Right. I really must need to work on my crystal, on the crystal focus. Everything is at last in place to begin work on the weapons of the Queen Gunhilder's Guard. Master Garrett will be able to apprise you of any further progress in their forging. In the meantime, we will begin preparations for battle. I look forward to seeing you on the front lines. Attuning to all Aethernet shards in the Dominant Enclave will now unlock Gangos in an Aethernet destination. Our spies at the Gangos encampment have confirmed work on the blades of Gunhilder is underway. They are welcome to them. Who has need of such trinkets when the Lady of Blades will soon be in play? We will proceed as planned. When their forces reach Bozja, you know what must be done. Understood. The Empire is fated to fall, but in its place a new nation shall rise, grander and mightier than anything the Guardians could ever have dreamed. And it shall be made possible by the very power they abhor. Interesting. We summoning a primal, boys. On the edge of memory. Inception. Nice achievement. I like it. Yeah, good as you're here. Good. Get ready to work on resistance weapons last. Please note that upon completion of the quest Fire in the Forge, you will receive a resistance weapon for a dancer. Sure. You like the name Resistance Weapon? Crossed your mind to call them Gunhilder's Blades, but after talking with Message, we figured it'd be too confusing, seeing as that's also the name of the Queen's Guard. Any road, your timing couldn't be better. Before we get to working in earnest, I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what went on in Sid's noggin. I've heard a fair bit from Mikoto, but I'd like to know if you saw anything different. Sounds like I was right to ask you before setting to work. Seems to me these fancy markings on the weapons are mainly for show. I can copy them, but it won't be enough. Like as not, they were carved into the hilts as well, and to make sure the spell can take hold, you'd need to finish with fine powder what's conductive to aether. For material like that, I'd reckon you need to consult the alchemist Razahan. I can only think of one person who's close contact there. Rowena? Aye, the demoness a coin. But not to worry, lass. It just so happens she's been keeping up a steady shipment of supplies here on contract. If we say we need the powder for the resistance, might be as we can convince her to waive the cost. She ain't usually one to do business for charity, I know, but it's worth a try, eh? I'll see if I get in touch. After I do, you can go and meet with her and figure out the rest. Well, you don't expect me to go and meet with her, do you? Working on resistance weapons kept me busy by half, and Drake here, well, I mean, what was your name again? Zlatan? Master Geralt, my name is Zlatan. But more importantly, what if Mr. Rowena doesn't agree to a charitable contribution to our cause? I'm sure if you and blah, 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 ask her nicely, she might come round, but never mind that. We have important work to do. As for where to find Rowena, before she left Gangos, she said she'd be stopping over in Kugane on business. How's about I have her meet at Umineko Tea House? If we're lucky, the nice cup of tea will brighten her mood. Okay. And it keeps on going. Resistance weapons! The saga of Gunhilder's Blades. What's this over here? Do I notice who was talking there? Zlatan? The name sounds familiar. Who's Zlatan? Or did you mean some other time? Back in the Imperial cutscenes. No. Noah Van Gabron. Noah Van Gabron. Do I know that name? And Gabroth sounds familiar. Noah Van Gabron. 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 It sounds vaguely familiar, but I have no idea. Yeah, I know Gabranth. Are we saying it's the same person? Oh. His name was Noah in that one. I did not realize his name was Noah, actually. Interesting. Okay. So Bosch's brother is in this? Is he actually Bosch's brother still? Like, I knew he was Gabranth, but I didn't know if that was just like a place or something. Because I mean, obviously his name was Rosenberg, right? Because that's Bosch's name. I didn't know his name was Noah. The Bosnia content was also written by the Evil Loose Rider. I mean, that makes sense. So we're going up against Gabranth, huh? Alright. I have questions about a different character. First of all, what is this? There's another quest going on here? What is this thing? Second. Need to find out. Fair enough. How do you rewatch cutscenes? Do you have to do New Game Plus for that? This is actually played again, right? This is cool. Away in the end. Does it only replay cutscenes from the main story, or can it replay cutscenes from like a raid or the Warring Triad? Can it replay cutscenes from the Warring Triad stuff? That's specifically what I'm curious about. I don't remember well. I should just find my old videos, right? I don't remember when I fought the Warring Triad. Warring Triad was near the Heavensward, right? No one listens to Gabu, no matter how much he cries, please. I don't want to hear myself. This is 3.4. I don't name my videos well enough. And as I lay dying, beaten and broken in my failed stand, 'twas my present master who found my tormented spirit and bore me away to the rift betwixt worlds. That's your master? 'Twas he who first introduced me to... Is Uncle Hai another one of the Warrior of Light Shard? He's like the last remaining person from like the Void realm, right? The 13th or whatever? Is he a Warrior of Light? Or Darkness, or whatever you want to call him? I'd almost forgotten about this guy, but I got to thinking about him last night. He's gonna come up again. For sure. I want to rewatch those scenes later. Oh, my. Oh, I should find you here of all places, though I suppose it's only right considering I followed you. My well of inspiration has run dry, you see, and it is my hope that a change of scenery might offer the impetus my work requires. Is this just gonna be like Savage content or something? There's actually more quests involving him in the game now. It just involves a ridiculous amount of prereqs. Really. When such a tale finally does unfold, I'd very much like to hear it. Okay, talk about Varys. Is this just the bard that makes like the savage versions of stuff? Although Varys wasn't like a trial, that was like at the end of a duty. Not right now, Minus, but I will eventually, yeah. I feel like Uncle High might be another piece of the Warrior of Light, possibly. And if so, he's gonna come up again, you know? In like the main story, possibly. He had the Echo too, right? Items earned in Memoriam Missouri Extreme can be exchanged for gear. There's an extreme version of that duty? Is that an extreme version of a duty? Okay. Interesting. Well, the duty was hard enough already, so I'll wait for more better gear before I try and do any kind of extremeness. And this is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Get these relic weapons. Heresy X is the only way to get dyeable versions of the base level 80 job gear I'm wearing. Gotcha. I was wondering when you'd show up. Your help told me everything. And luckily for you, my business there was at the Abnarian consulate. Here you are. There should be enough powder for those resistance weapons you're forging. I've got to hand it to Geralt. Seems he spends half his time getting deeper in debt and the other half avoiding payment. Fine by me, though. Thanks to his scheming, I have a little more leverage over the resistance, and by extension, him as well. Pass along a message to Geralt and Dubra for me, won't you? If they require more material for these weapons, I'd be more than happy to supply them for a fee, of course. Same goes for you. I know your adventuring types are always looking to be prepared for any sort of encounter. If you're thinking of forging another of these resistance weapons, and I suspect you are, I know you know where to go. I'll see to my girls in Revenant's Toll and Idleshire keep their shelves stocked. Until next time. The first one's free, the rest of them cost something, huh? How they get you hooked. I didn't attune to the damn Aetheryte, did I? And they told me to. I didn't do it. Maybe if I go back to the Dolmen Enclave, I can take the airship there. I can do it from this one? Yeah, not yet. I have to attune to all the crystals in there, I think. There are no crystals in Gangos? Are you sure? I thought there were. I thought they told me to attune to them. Maybe I misread it. am I thinking of then? Maybe I haven't attuned to all the crystals in the Dome and Enclave. I thought I had. I don't know. Weapon's nearly finished, Elheim. It just needs a nice coating with the powder to finish its inscription. Of course, she bloody found what we needed. Much as I hate fattening her purse with another man's coin, at least now we can do our part for the resistance. After all that, we finally get the weapons. Let's see, outstanding things left in the story. We're at the end, they still haven't come up. Baldessian, like the Galoof, right? like the country of Baal or whatever. I don't know. What happened to it? Are we ever gonna deal with that thread? Feast your eyes on some of my finest work today. Best of all, the inscription will redact to your Aether. There's content about Baldessian that I skipped. That's unfortunate. Right, fine weapon to rally the Bosnians in Chufla? Whatever. I got some new spinny discs. Relic content and from Stormblood, Eureka. Gotcha. Okay. Then I should behold the glory of the fabled blades born anew. Hope is not yet lost. All in a day's work for your old pal Geralt. Of course, is only the beginning. Your skills with the hammer were truly a sight to behold, Master Geralt, and to see Elheim wielding one of their holy blades thus is as if I stand before one of the heroes of Eld. When the time comes to do battle with the Empire, our brothers in arms will look upon you and know courage. On behalf of the Bosnian resistance, I offer you my humblest thanks for your aid thus far. I mean, if it involves Baldessian, we should check it out at some point. I don't think that we really need the relic weapons from Stormblood, but you know, why not? I'd love to start fresh on another weapon, but I had to use every last morsel of the powder on that one. Meaning that we'd find ourselves indebted further to Mistress Rowena. Were we to acquire more, I must consult Dude Bra before we proceed further. Looks like we're taking a short break, eh? If you find yourself wanting for another weapon, then come speak to me and my helper here. So, is this like the best weapon that you can get and you just like upgrade it, or how does this work? I think I've earned myself a nice big flagon of ale tonight to celebrate the forging, of course. Once it's fully upgraded, it's best in slot. Gotcha. For now, it's 485, which is much better than we have, and it's got 5 materia slots. We can actually start using materia. A repeatable quest is now available from Zlatan at Gongos. This quest may be accepted to create resistance weapons for other jobs. Please ensure you've changed to the desired job before speaking to Zlatan. Furthermore, the scale powder can now be purchased from Ariana at the Revenant's Toll or Hismina at Idleshire. That's how to get new weapons. How do you upgrade them? Oh, first things first. We got our first purple item. Like ever. We haven't had a purple before. Look at that, it's pretty. It's pretty. Yeah. Can you advance further in the story? Gotcha. I should look into what materia to stick in this thing if we're going to be using this for the rest of the foreseeable future. I have materia slots. Yeah, dungeon time. Let's do it. Gotta go unlock a dungeon. Where do I go? What dungeon are we unlocking? I've got these quick arm materia 8s. They seem pretty good. Item level 420. I have one of those. I have quick on materia 7s. I got a bunch of those. This is only plus 20, and this is plus 60. What a big difference between 7 and 8. Good lord. Best dungeon in the game first or second? We're doing them both, so it doesn't matter. You want to get like crit or something over skill speed, anyways. Head to the Crystarium. Okay. Let's group up. What are the requests? Over this way, I guess. Firing Skywatcher, Minstrel from Another Mother. And by the time you hear this, excuse me, a word if you'd be so kind. We of the Crystarium Guard have a request to make of you. Our researchers are planning to enter the Crystal Tower to learn more of its history. However, there's a problem. Now, what I'm about to reveal is strictly confidential. Were word to get out, panic would spread throughout the citizenry. You have this dungeon unlocked, Nova? Our scouts have reported that ferocious beasts and bizarre machines roam the hallways. Until we can eliminate these threats, none may enter. Strange ethereal readings have also been detected. We suspect the phenomenon are linked. The Exarch has ordered us to seek your aid in making the tower safe for our researchers to go about their work. He mentioned that if you are better equipped than most to face the dangers that lurk in the tower, though he elected not to go into details. It's true. When your prior experience may prove beneficial, come let us proceed to the entrance. Okay. I think your preparations are complete. Listen carefully. You are to lead a party of elite troops into the tower and respond to any hostilities with lethal force. Once the way is clear, the researchers can begin their expedition. Our main objective is to identify the source of the ethereal disturbance. The tower cannot be considered safe until we do. Did you encounter any opposition beyond your capabilities, you are to withdraw immediately. I wish you the best of luck. The twinning. Alright, well, it's unlocked. You guys ready? This dungeon is jam-packed with references to other Final Fantasy games as well as references to Final Fantasy XIV stuff. I recommend to read the lore books around the dungeon. Okay. I feel a little sorry for our tank because I'm going to slow him down. Here we go. Hey, we have 2 healers in the party. Which one are you healing? Does the check mark mean I've beaten it before? Is that what the check mark is? I think it does. Like, we haven't beaten this before. We don't have a check mark on them. Gotta go back and do those. Beat that one. Beat that one. It didn't do Kagane Castle, or is it just Kagane Castle? I thought we did Kagane Castle. Temple of the Fist. Here we go. Insta-Q! I can't tank. That's disturbing. I like the music. Gotcha. Let's be back in the tower. think. First boss. Alpha Zagnon. Isn't this the boss you fight in the hunt in Final Fantasy IX? Maybe? Is that right? Make sure to aim attacks away from the cages. And they're just sort of all around me. This is a Final Fantasy 13 behemoth. It's an Alpha Zagnol. Zagnol's a thing. I mean, it's definitely behemoth-like. You look at him standing up. He didn't do that in 9. Final Fantasy 13 behemoth, huh? I made a friend. Beta Zagnol, huh? Well, that's putting down dangerous fire, isn't it? You know, I would realize that if I wasn't dumb. I just stand in it. Everybody come stand in it with me. It'll be fun. Don't mind me. Good job, guys. Alright. Nothing I want. Alright. Part 2. Our only hope lies in the Crystal Tower. Though it did not yield its secrets easily, even opening the doors was a monumental undertaking. Without the Founder's data logs and the NOAA reports left by the Sons of St. Koinak, we would never have stood a chance of succeeding. Interesting. None of us were prepared for the spectacle that awaited us when we first stepped into the tower. To be surrounded by the marvels of the Lost Age took our breath away, and there at the center we found him. Okay. Cool. This is talking about how the people that survived the calamity came and woke up. Our Crystal X art buddy. Landborg. More lore here. Ah, thanks. Our research into the Emperor's Throne is almost complete, and we now understand the methods used to open the doorway to the world of darkness, otherwise known as the 13th. However, it is only the beginning of our plan. Even if we find a way to first, it is already too late to prevent the 8th Emble Calamity. For that, we must travel not only to another world, but to another time. Thankfully, the data logs gathered over the years detailing the battles of various primals point us in the right direction. I'm always dancing. Just as we thought the pieces were in place, we came to the realization that traversing time and space has its difficulties. It is one thing to possess the technology necessary to enable such a feat, quite another to actually perform it. The interdimensional rift, as it was called in the Founder's data logs, is what I can only describe as infinite chaos. To navigate it would take expertise far beyond our ken. There was, however, one being capable of exactly that, known as Omega. Yet, despite the research carried out, the mystery of how it was able to cross the rift remains unsolved. Omega. Alright. Ooh, look at this enemy. Looks familiar. Is it from 13? I don't recognize the name. Secret boss from 13. It looks familiar. For sure. That's why I was like, yeah. Yeah, it's a Seath or whatever. Makes sense. I haven't played any of the optional stuff from 13. I beat 13 and did like none of the optional crap. Like a minimum completion of 13. You know what I mean? By the time I finally got to the overworld where you had like side content to do, I was just like done with that game. Oh, I should give it another chance at some time, huh? GG. More to go. Whoosh. Into the pit. These guys look kind of like near enemies. Shades. Not exactly, but I mean, like, somewhat. Dimensional break. Savage aim material. Okay, so there's donut holes here. So when they stack them though, like, Jesus. Okay. Ooh. I was surprised when they said Omega, the Tycoon, because like you would think that the one that had figured out how to control time would have been Alexander, who this guy looks a lot like. Ironworks Alexander. Is that how they managed to travel through time? They made their own Alexander? I mean, makes sense. Six different periods of time and portals here. Nice. Sid turned into hope. Oh, you're not entirely wrong, are you? So is this the one you were saying is the best dungeon in the game, or is that the next one? Okay. So that happened. Misread that. Jesus. %. %. Jeez. %. It's rough. It is down. Okay. GG. Yay, tombstones. Oof. Yeah, I was so focus mode right there. I forgot to let it break. I realized as when he died, I was like, oh, right, I had that button. Oh well. Whatever. We're fine. We made it. Okay. That was a pretty cool ending. Why was it called the Twinning? Excellent work. Not only did you reveal the cause of the ethereal fluctuations, you were able to remove the threat entirely. Thanks to you, the researchers have already completed their preliminary observations. Their findings were somewhat surprising. The Crystal Tower appears not to have been created by the Ronkins or any other known civilization. Its origins are veiled in mystery, much like the Exarch and yourself. I thought the Crystal Tower was made by the Alligans. Oh. Wait, didn't this Crystal Tower come through with the Exarch? Like, isn't it... Don't we already know this? Forgive me, it's not time for idle speculation. We have, however, recovered an artifact. Though its purpose is unclear, it may even be purely decorative. Yeah, the Alligans made the crap tower. I guess they just don't know that? Because the Exarch never bothered to tell them. Yeah. Have you ever encountered anything like this? Yes. Yes, I have. Has come to carry out our plan. This will be my last recording. With the tower activated and the temporal displacement apparatus online, all that remains is to throw the switch and pray. I'm sorry, I truly am. I wish there was another way. But you are our best chance of success, our only hope. Your gift will allow you to become one with the tower and survive the journey through time and space. Were our technology as advanced as the Alligans, perhaps we could have gone with you. Alas, it was not to be. But when you are finally reunited, with all the hardship and all the sacrifice has been worth it, I'm sure. Just promise me you'll spare a thought for those you leave behind. And we'll be thinking of you, too. For as long as this world lasts, though I fear it will not be for much longer. This is Biggs, third of his name, 18th president of Garland Ironworks, signing off. May the 12 be at your side. Grazie. I don't know. So Biggs is like great-grandson or something? A person's voice coming from a machine. To be honest, I cannot make head nor tail of it. Do you have any idea what that was about? Yep, made perfect sense. I got it. Considering your connection to the Exarch, I'm not entirely surprised. But one thing was clear even to me. The people who left the message were facing a great catastrophe. They placed their faith in the Crystal Tower in much the same way that we have done ever since the Flood of Light. Our prayers for salvation were answered when you and the Exarch returned the night to us, freed us from the terror of the Sin Eaters. I sense that this was all made possible by those people from a time long forgotten. We should do our utmost to learn more of them. Perhaps the researchers will uncover more of these messages. In any case, you have performed admirably in service of the Crystarium. We may have need of your strength and guidance in days to come. Until then, fare you well. Cool. I don't know that skill speed's what I really need as a dancer. I feel like crit. I want crit. Can we get crit materia? How do we get crit materia? Other than just buying it. Can you control how you get certain materia? Yeah, see, I want crit and direct hit. That's exactly what I was thinking. I didn't know about the direct hit, but that's good to know. But, like, how do I... Like, I mean, obviously I could go and buy some on the market, but, like, how would I go about actually trying to, like, create crit materia? Is that possible? Or is it, like, luck? Like, how do you do it? Direct hit from the MSQ, yeah. You can get cracked Stella Cluster and trade them for any materia 8. Is 8 the highest right now? 8 main raids at different materia. There's no way to really make it, you have to kind of farm it from raids and stuff. Gotcha. Wasn't expecting there to be a dungeon here at the tower, that's kind of cool. Especially Yulmore. Wait, this is still question marks. Oh no, that's that. In the derelicts? Okay. Oh, Land Dweller! You were one of the ancient messengers, yes? How fortunate I have found you. We need your help. Ever since the abyss was lit with the city's lanterns, a great beast, the likes of which you've never seen, has begun hunting near the cups. It thrashes and gnashes with cavernous maw, leaving nothing but tattered flesh in its wake. The eldest of the Oth fear it as an omen, a harbinger of our people's destruction. Have we angered the ancients? We cannot know. We dare not enter their sacred abode without first receiving their blessing. That is why I came to this town, Land Dwellers, to seek those who had helped us before, and here you are! Please enter the ancient city once more, speak with them, and learn what we have done to earn their ire. A hostile creature of unknown origin threatens the lives of the Ondo people. Perhaps the clerk of Umrat Bureau of Administrator can shed some light on the peace. What's this over here too? Yet another striking opportunity. I'm guessing the one I just got is the dungeon you're talking about. What's this over here? I don't know how much later I can stay up, actually. Stayed up too late last night. I didn't get enough sleep. It was worth it last night. It was a lot of fun. But you know what? I think we're going to stop here for tonight instead of doing another dungeon. I need to catch up on my sleep, guys. Work's too important for me to go in without being able to do my work. I have to think too much at work, you know? Like I can't do it while I'm tired. But thanks for watching. We'll be on tomorrow night. With more Zelda, more Metal Gear, something like that. Maybe a little more Final Fantasy. We'll see. Maybe my interns thank for me. My interns are quitting right now because like they're interns that are in college, so they're going back to college, right? So I'm running out of intern time. We're trying to get another intern for later, but yeah. Plus, I mean, to be fair, they're not quite on my level, so they can only think here. They're talented, but they're not, like, I can't put them on the big project. Want to do a level 80 roulette Nova? Yeah, you guys have fun, man. I will see you later. I think what I might start doing, we're gonna do Metal Gear and Zelda and keep working on those, but I might start doing some roulettes every day to start working on leveling up these other jobs. You know? See how that goes. But for now, thanks for watching. It was fun as always. And yeah.